Hello everyone. In the previous part of the encoder motor series, I showed you how to read and count pulses from an encoder motor while it rotates. In this video, I will show you how to run the motor based on a specific number of encoder pulses. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. This is the circuit diagram from the previous part, where I only demonstrated how to read encoder pulses from the motor. In this part, we need a motor driver to operate the motors, because now I will control the motor movement according to the encoder pulses, and this is the circuit diagram for today's video. I've set up the motor and motor driver on my robot like this. Now let's understand the methodology. When the push button is pressed, all encoder values are reset to 0, and both motors start running. While the motors are running, the average of the left and right encoder pulses is continuously calculated. If this average pulse count is less than the target pulse, the motors keep running. Once the average pulse count becomes equal to or greater than the target pulse, the motors stop and the robot stops moving. Now let's move on to the coding part. I've opened the same code that I showed in the previous video. Here, make sure that you have installed ESP32 version 2.0.11. In this previous code, we now need to add the motor driver related code. These pins are used to control the BTS7960 motor driver. This line defines a push button connected to pin 15. These settings configure the ESP32 PWM system, and since the ESP32 uses PWM channels instead of direct pins, the channels are defined accordingly. An encoder stores the combined encoder count from both wheels. The target pulse defines how far the robot should move. Here, I've created a motor function that accepts two PWM values to control the motor speed and direction. I've already shown how to create this type of motor function in one of my earlier videos, so you can check that out if you want more details. After that, the PWM channels are configured and attached to the motor pins. Inside the loop function, when the button is pressed, the robot starts executing the code. This part of the code controls the motor movement based on the encoder pulses, and I've explained this section in detail earlier. Now let's see how it works in real time. First, I'm running both motors forward with a PWM speed of 60. Inside the while loop, I set the target pulse, which determines how long the robot will keep running. As soon as the target pulse is completed and the average of both left and right encoder pulses becomes greater than the target pulse, the program exits the while loop and the motors stop. Here, I've set the target pulse to 500, which means the robot will move forward until the encoder pulse count reaches 500. As you can see, it's working perfectly. Next, I change the target pulse to 250. And now the robot travels only 50% of the previous distance. After that, I changed the left motor value to negative so it runs backward, while the right motor runs forward, which causes the robot to rotate to the left. Then, I reverse the direction. I set the right motor value to negative and the left motor value to positive, which rotates the robot to the right. I also reduced the target pulse and set it to 100, so now the robot runs for a shorter time compared to before. Finally, I set the target pulse to 200 and make both motor values negative, which runs both motors backward and moves the robot in the backward direction. So that's how you can use an encoder motor to run your robot with precise and accurate control. That's all for today's video. Thanks a lot for watching the full video.